Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to our today lecture. Our today lecture is based on the graphical representation of the IS and LM curve. As our in previous lecture, we have discussed that how to derive mathematically IS and LM curve. Then we solve a question for the IS and LM curve mathematically. And in our today lecture, we will show that how can we draw the IS and LM graphically. So let's start with the IS curve. IS stand for investment and saving curve. Investment and saving curve drawn with the help of aggregate demand curve, the Keynesian cross diagram. So on the y-axis we have taken the aggregate demand curve, and on the x-axis we have the income value for income. This is the 45-degree line, and this is the aggregate demand curve, which is equals to C plus I plus G. At this G, the value of interest rate is I1. So when interest rate decreases, the decrease in interest rate will increase the investment. When investment increases, aggregate demand shift upward. As interest rate is not present on either y or x axis, so any change in interest rate will shift this curve to the upward. When interest rate decreases, investment increases, and when investment decreases, aggregate demand shift upward from AD1 to AD2. This is the AD1 and this is the AD2. What is the reason behind the shifting from AD1 to AD2? The decrease in interest rate. When interest rate decreases, aggregate demand shift from AD1 to AD2. This is the point A and this is the point B. So when we draw these points to the below the curve, this will give us IS curve. So when we take these point to this is for y1. So similarly we write here as y1, and when we bring these equilibrium for of point B to the below curve, this give us y2. So we know that I2 is less than I1. Okay, I2 is less than I1. The aggregate demand shifted from AD1 to AD2 because of decrease in interest rate. So in this equation, the interest rate will be I1, and this equation interest rate will be I2, and I2 is less than 1. Why it is less than I1? Because here interest is high, and in this aggregate demand interest is low. When the interest is low, then we make more investment, and when we make more investment, aggregate demand shift upward. So we write the values interest rate here I1 and I2, as we told earlier that I2 is less than I1. So similarly we write here I1 and I2, which is less than I1. So when we make when we join these 2 points, then these 2 points give us the IS curve. So y1 for I1, y1 income when interest rate is I1, and y2 is the income when the interest rate is I2. Okay, so let's talk about the point A and point B. Both points A and B shows saving equals to investment. At both these 2 points, saving is equals to investment. Any point along the IS curve, any point along the IS curve, this and this, any point along the IS curve is an equilibrium for the goods market. Any point that is that IS curved describe all those combination of the interest rate and output where investment is equals to the saving. Okay, let's go through quickly from our today topic. Uh, we are interested in to make the IS curve. So first we draw the aggregate demand curve and the 45-degree line. And when this is the original aggregate demand curve, y equals TC plus I plus G. And in this equation, interest rate is equals to I1. When interest rate decreases, it will increase the investment. And when investment increases, the aggregate demand shift from 81 to 82. So we have a new point, a new equilibrium point, which is B. So we draw both these points very below to this diagram. So on the y-axis we have taken I, and on the x-axis we have taken y. We draw these 2 points on the IS curve, and when we join these 2 points give us IS curve. As we talk earlier that I2 interest rate 2 is less than I1. So when interest rate decreases, investment increases and the income also increases. So this is the graphical representation for the IS curve. Now discuss about the graphical representation of the LM curve. So let's make the LM curve. As we know that the LM curve shows the equilibrium in the money market where the money supply equals to money demand. So as we know that money supply is fixed. Why money supply is fixed? Money supply is fixed because it is controlled by the central bank. So it is fixed for the given time period. And money demand is negatively sloped with the interest rate and positively with income. M over P is showing money demand. Money demand is a function of income and interest rate. Money demand is positively related with income and money demand is negatively related with interest rate. So whenever interest rate increases, money demand decreases. When interest rate decreases, money demand increases. So money demand is negatively related with interest rate. So the money demand curve will be negative slope. So on y-axis we have taken interest rate, and on x-axis we have taken the real money balances. At this point, money demand equals to money supply. So we can draw the first value for interest rate. And when income increases, money demand increases. When income increases, transaction demand for money increases, which will shift the MD money demand MD1 to M over PD2. So when income increases, money demand curve shift from D1 to D2, because now people will hold more money for transaction motives. So increase in income will increase the transaction demand, and which in result shift the money demand curve to the upward side. And this is the new equilibrium. As there is no change in money supply, so increase in money demand will increase the interest rate. So for drawing the LM curve, we will we will draw, or we will write these interest rate values very next to the right side of this diagram. So I2 equals to I2 and I1, write it as I1. So we know that when income is Y1, the interest rate is Y1, and when the income is Y2, the interest rate is I2. So as we discussed, when income increases, money demand increases. So when income is Y1, the money demand function is this, and the interest rate is Y1. So at Y1, interest rate is I1. So when income increases, it will increase the demand for money. Money demand increases from D1 to D2, and it will increase the interest rate from I1 to I2. So when the income is Y2, the interest rate is Y2. So here we will draw the point of I1 with Y1 and I2 with Y2, and when we join this these 2 points, this will give us the LM curve, liquidity of money. As the money supply is fixed, so the increase in money demand will increase the interest rate from I1 to I2. We can also say it as, in order to offset the effect of increase in money demand, the central bank increases the interest rate so that money supply equals to money demand. So when the central bank wants to bring the money demand to this point, it will increase the interest rate, so the money supply and money demand will be in equilibrium again at this point. This is the another reason, but the main reason behind for the increasing for the rising of interest rate is that when people have more money, more income, their money demand increases for transaction motive. So as the money supply is fixed by the central bank, there is no change in the money supply, so the increase in money demand will increase the interest rate. So this is the end for the graphical representation of IS and LM curve. In our next lecture, we will discuss that what are the factors which shift the IS curve and what are the factors which shift the LM curve. If you have any question regarding our today lecture, you can ask me.